that you said sort of puts you in control, and so that the food isn't in control of you, and also you can maintain flexibility. Like Michelle said, we do have weird schedules sometimes. Weekends we make brunch, but on the weekdays we may have 6 a.m. practice. So during those times, if we can actually hone in on, okay, am I hungry, or is that thing that I had at 12 a.m. still sort of doing its job in my belly? Like, just listening to that really puts you in control. But despite that, I think we've sort of skirted around the question of body image, because that always comes up with dieting. And when you mentioned intuitive eating is about letting yourself eat whatever you want, how much you want, you just listen to yourself. It should come naturally that your body will take its natural shape. But in our society, body image is sort of separated from what we eat. And I wanted to ask you, how do you reconcile the two? Are they one and the same? Are they different? Food, intuitive eating, and body image.
I'll start with that then. So one of the things that's really important to focus on when you're talking about intuitive eating is that it's really important to say that this isn't a process that's about eating whatever you want whenever you want it. It's eating whenever you are physically hungry and eating what you are physically hungry for, which is very different than, say, eating M&Ms all day. But in terms of moving into the intuitive eating approach and getting away from restrictive dieting, it's important to remember that dieting itself, that people are doing to have this body image, this elusive cultural ideal that people are trying to fit in, dieting fails in the long run 95 to 98% of the time. And with every diet people go on, everybody can lose weight on a diet. But most of the people, so 95 to 98%, are going to gain the weight back, and with each diet often plus them. So most people have dieted their way up to a weight that's higher than what their natural weight would be. And yet we're told day after day that we should diet for our good health. It's so opposite of what really happens. Let me ask you, would anybody in this room go to the health services with strep throat? And if the doctor said to you, yeah, you have strep, I'm going to give you an antibiotic. But I just want you to know the antibiotic will work 3% or 5% of the time. But just take it for 10 days and take it with a lot of willpower. Would you ever agree to that? How many of you would rely on a birth control that worked 3 to 5% of the time? I don't think you would. So why do we allow ourselves? But once we're so inundated with this idea of dieting, which doesn't work and which actually plays havoc on our natural weight, that's all the more reason when you're thinking of body image, to think of going to what is right for your body. And remember, even if every one of us in the room ate the same amount of food, the same amount of calories, exercised the same amount every day, we would still all be at different weights. We can't always make our body into something it's not, but we can take care of our body that we have in the best way that we know how. And so I would just say that this whole idea of intuitive and attuned eating is helping you check in with your body, doing things that actually are sustainable. Diets, that first month, oh yay, and you get on the scale and you do all these things, but 6 months into it, if you even get that far, you're binging and you're breaking your diet and playing havoc. So in terms of your body image, this is a way to really, really connect with yourself and feel